Hello, everyone. I am Cheswick44, also known as Falai, and welcome to this Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormenta. Last episode, we happened to enter into the town of Sillin? Is it Sillin? Sillin, yes. We entered into the town of Sillin and did some exploring and walking around. Still have a few places to look at, including the leaders here. But we got one other building to look at, so let's take a look at the trade post here. Trader Shore. Not surprisingly, Sillin has a successful trading post. Travelers from the clans are constantly coming in from the deep woods to trade gossip and get supplies. The merchant behind the counter is definitely from Kranas. He has the look and the garb, although this one is wealthier and better fed than most you see. Welcome, Haven. I am honored to have you in my humble shop. I'm Trader Shore. If you want to trade, I have goods for all needs. I'd like to know more about the Kranas woods. I spent too much time in town to know much. I'm a humble merchant. I don't discuss great matters of state. My clan is only interested in peace and helping all other clans. Who should I talk to? I know that our Raasa wants to give you the honor of an audience. That is who a mighty prince should talk to. What does your clan do? Oh, we are traders and miners. We live in the settled, quiet forest. The deep groves are not for us, I'm afraid. We hold the Askama mines, a prosperous stretch of hill. You note a cunning glint in his eye, but only for a moment. Alas, we have been having serious problems. You're having problems? Tell me more. Oh, as you may know, the groves are active. They are angry. They are punishing us for wrong deeds done. My clan is blameless, but we are still affected. We have lost the ability to work the Askama mines. Slimes afflict us. We have offered a valuable bounty to any who can help us. No takers yet. Where are the Askama mines? Oh, take the road south from Sillin and watch for signs. What do the slimes do? Oh, they ooze out of the earth. Anytime you stand on bare dirt, there's a chance that a puddle of hissing, burning goo will appear under your feet. Makes it hard to keep useful workers. Or shoes. Why do you think the slimes appeared? Oh, the anger of the groves. I can think of no other reason. If you traveled there, you could learn more. If you could help us, I would make sure that quality iron is sent to your phones. Is there any other way I can help you, Haven? The other customers are always watching you suspiciously out of the corners of their eyes. What sort of goods do you sell? Okay, so we've got bracken leather, amber pole shard, Kranas bow, bronze necklace, scroll of might, scroll of calling, battle healer rune. +1 to battle medic. Just a moment. Battle medic. Ah! Gives your heals and blesses a 25% chance of not costing action points. So then what would an extra point be? That sounds actually very useful. You know what? Oh, it's expensive. But, you know what? Buy it. We'll hold on to it. We'll put it in. Later. Okay, those are just Kranas townspersons. That door is locked. Alright. Let's head to the meeting hall and speak with the Raasa. This wooden hall is centuries old. It is the meeting hall of the Raasa of the Kranas Woods. Honestly, it's too small for the size and wealth of this province. A bit humble for such an important vassal of Haven. Not that they would ever consider changing it. The Raasa sits at the head table, watched over by guards. In the row, assassination is always a possibility. He is an old man, and his post has not shielded him from the hard life out here. He rises and smiles, waving you forward. The prince, the diplomat. I am Raasa Calm. Come and sit, have some tea. I know you are busy, and we have business. Sure, let's speak with you first. The Raasa sits alone in the west end of the hall, but there are plenty of chairs for you to circle around him. You recognize the calm authority of a competent leader. He has survived in this role for many years, far longer than usual. He does you the honor of pouring your tea himself. I am honored by this diplomatic visit. It has been a long time. A long, long time. I am Raasa. For over 30 years, I've had the honor of guiding the Kranas as it followed its path. I am Prince Rupert of Haven. I am honored to be received by you, Raasa. Raasa is pleased by your courtesy. Oh, the honor is mine, Prince. Haven is a great power, and yet it sees us worthy to have full royalty grace this humble old hall. I have a question, if it might be allowed. Of course. It might not seem like it, but most of the Rokaj value the protection and trade Haven provides greatly. I have spent my life trying to deal with you and keep the peace, though you have looked away from us for a long time. But that has changed. You are back. You have had time to see a little of our land. What do you think of it? I'm not going to say that, and not going to say that. That's not really very diplomatic. It is good to visit the Rokaj. It is long overdue. I am afraid I must agree with you. We have not received a proper diplomatic visit from Haven for a long time. But that is past. There is much that should be repaired. Now at last we can come to business. And that is? When a diplomat of Haven comes to the Rokaj, it is tradition that you go to the Raasas and hear our petitions. You find out what is wrong, what we need, then you help us. That is what Haven brings to our alliance. And what is your petition? The Kranas woods are angry. We can't calm them. We need you to. What? The magic and majesty of our forest comes from a number of sacred groves. Some of those have died over the last 20 years. The rest are angry. Hostile spirits have settled in them, and our druids have not been able to calm them. They are angry because of Haven, so Haven must go and pacify them. That is our petition. It is a fair petition. I will make sure that it is done. We are so very grateful. I'm ready to give instructions immediately. I believe that it will only take a little bit of traveling and a modest show of force. I am sorry to make such a bold demand, Prince. However, it is entirely necessary. If the groves turn on Haven, our people are sure to follow. I want to discuss your petition. Of course. The calming of the groves. A hard, necessary task. If our forest rejects Haven, the people are sure to follow. I know that the power of Haven will be adequate to the task. I will try to heal your forest. Then let us get to work. I can tell you what the problem is and where you can go to soothe the rage of the woods. What exactly is going wrong with the Kranas woods? The magic of our forest sustains and feeds and protects us. The hearts of that magic are sacred groves. Well, what few of the groves remain now. Now nature is attacking us. How is nature attacking you? The trees are growing faster, trying to overwhelm our farms and clan houses. The beasts that normally stay in the deep woods are emerging. It is dangerous for even our stalkers and druids to walk off the paths. Worst of all, there's a new presence, the rootlings. Walking trees, mindless and violent. They grow out of the ground and attack us. We have never seen them before. They are deadly and, it shames me to admit it, but many are frightened. Your people are being attacked by the forest, even though you worship it. We are being attacked because we worship it. The forest knows that only the row of the Kranas will protect us. The attacks are how it says that it needs our protection. It's a weird way to say that they need your protection. We need you to protect us, so we are going to attack you until you protect us. I'm sorry, but the forest logic doesn't quite work. Why do you think Haven is responsible? The forest loves us while we are gentle with it. We don't cut down the thinking trees. We live in the groves the forest makes available to us. We earn our livings by digging out of the dirt and rock. Your governor does not agree with this. She has helped outsiders expand into our forest. More farms, more mines. Haven settlers have even moved into 2 sacred groves that died. The forest is reacting. How can I possibly calm down a tree? The trees in the sacred groves are not mindless. They can communicate with us in their ways. You can go there and confront them. Force may be necessary. We are dealing with nature, after all. The important thing is to leave the groves alive. My people will be very angry if more groves die. Have Haven soldiers helped you? I have sent many messages to Governor Yvette. She listens and says nice things, but she has her own goals. Explain. There is much wealth in the Kranas woods, and Governor Yvette wants as much of it for her family and her as possible. The amber from the groves is very valuable. The land under them is as well. Yvette has taken them, killing groves. She'll do more if allowed. Alright, let's talk about something else. Yes, information is useful, but it is time to act. How do I begin to pacify the groves? Oh, we should start close to home. There are 2 sacred groves, ancient beyond memory, that are communicating with us. They are sending their rage in the form of unnatural attackers. They are Watchfire Grove and Deep Grove. They are not far away. Convince them to stop attacking us, but do not exploit them. How can I calm down a grove? Our groves are ancient and wise, but they are simple. To truly pacify them, you must get Haven to stop attacking our forest. Right now, what we need is for them to stop hurting us. When you get there, the groves will communicate with you in their own ways. You must convince them to stop assaulting us. Some force may be required. We love the plants, but sometimes you have to prove them. Tell me about Watchfire Grove. It is to the south. It is the angriest and most unstable of the groves. Our druids had to place enchanted fires in it. They calm its spirits without damaging it. Of late, however, it has been enraging serpents and other beasts that come too close to it. Its influence needs to be pruned. Tell me about Deep Grove. It is a mysterious grove to the northwest, set back in a deep valley. Very few druids are allowed deep within it, and they don't talk about the experience. Now rootlings are coming out of it. They strangle our trade and our people. There's rot in there, and it needs to be cut out. We love the trees, but we will not tolerate them sending horrors. What do you mean by not exploiting a grove? The groves are a treasure, not just for the magic they project, but for the magical ingredients that can be found within. Amber, enchanted sap, old treasures left by ages past. These can tempt raiders, but the Kranas will not tolerate looting of the groves. Alright then. Raasa calms, sits, and chats with you. Sometimes he asks about Haven or tells you about the beautiful sights of the Kranas woods. Eventually he always steers the conversation back to business. I'd like to know more about the Kranas woods. Of course. Our land must seem very strange to you. We are a just people. We don't raid the other provinces. We only wish to live and work in peace with our forest. You never raid the other provinces? Well, we never raid them first. We only raid the other provinces as retribution for raids they have done against us in the past. Unfortunately, there is always a past raid. Still, we are always just and in the right. How did your groves get their power? We don't know. They are simply parts of the world that are full of magical energy. Sometimes it changes animals, sometimes plants. In the Kranas, this energy settled in our trees. We know that similar places exist in other parts of Haven. We truly wish we could visit them. What do you think of Haven? Many of the Row have come to doubt Haven over the years. I never did. Our relationship is difficult now, yes, but your power and wealth and protection are good for the Row. I have believed that ever since I saw Queen Sharon. This has been a more difficult belief to have of late. Many think you exploit us. Many think Governor Yvette is to blame. You saw Queen Sharon? Oh, yes. She came to the Row when she was young. That is when she met Darmel of the Lodaga, your father. She was here in Ceylon. I saw her parade through our little town. I was in awe. It shaped my life. Tell me about Governor Yvette. I think I will regret criticizing Haven, but you must know, Yvette came here seeing the Kranas woods as a source of wealth. That is all she wants from us, to loot and to leave. If you want to know more, don't ask me. Ask Council Abelin. You can find him in Haven's Hall. How do you think we exploit you? To exist in the forest, we have to be humble. We take the lands the woods open up to us. We farm and mine in ways that don't hurt the woods. In return, the woods confuse our foes and give us nourishment and magic. We have to resist greed. Haven has not. You have worked land you shouldn't have, and your soldiers have beaten those who protested. I do not share the anger of my people, but I understand it. Raasa is strangely straightforward for a row. Must be Haven's influence. You are the Raasa of the Kranas Woods. I am. I serve as a local king, I think, is how you think of me. I try to be a leader to the row. It is a delicate dance. How did you become Raasa? Oh, it is a long story. There was a lot of debate, arguments among the clans, alliances and betrayals, a few killings. At last I was able to convince them that I could bridge the gap between Haven and the Groves. This has not really happened. Before I die, I need to show this is still possible. How long have you been Raasa? 20 years. I began seeking the post in earnest after your mother came to us. I had seen the might of Haven. What does a Raasa do exactly? I lead. Sometimes by force, but usually by wisdom and example. Our clans insist on managing their own affairs, but I need to settle disputes between them and push them to not anger the forest. I also speak for the Kranas Woods when dealing with other provinces. If there's a major dispute, I speak for us in the High Litha. A delicate dance. Tell me more. The Row do not like to be ruled. Sometimes they see me as another conqueror from outside, another tyrant. I must show that my deep truth is as honorable and strong as theirs. And yet, there is so much. I must please Haven, I must please the High Litha, and my people, and the Guild Nass. You must please Haven. Well, of course. We are your vassal, you are our masters. If we want something, it won't be resisted. You have the power to force us to do anything, and you have shown that you aren't shy about using it. The shattered walls of our city tell the story. You must please the High Litha. The High Litha on the peak of our mountain are the final judges of disputes. They keep the deep truth of our entire people. If they speak against a Raasa, things soon become, ugly. You must please your people. Oh yes, they do not understand all the forces that tug at me, all the dangers I must deal with. They want what they want and do what they will do. They are Row. Like when they tried to kill you, for example. I love my people, but I also often want to strangle them. I can understand that. You must please the Guild Nass. When a Raasa grows old and weak, or wanders too far from the truth of the Rokaj, the Guild Nass are there. The assassins. They will not let a leader betray the truth of the Row for long. Happily, I have been spared their wrath for decades. They know I only fight for the good of our people. Alright. And who are you, Rabala? You meet a young, muscular warrior of the Row. He has spent his life as a wanderer of the woods. It doesn't look like he bothered to change his jerkin before he came to the meeting hall. He gives you a quick, practiced look up and down, unconsciously sizing you up as a fighter. Then he remembers who he is and where he is. I'm Rabelia. I am an assistant to the Raasa. What is your job here? I'm the assistant to Raasa. I do things. Make tea. Look after records. He points at a hopeless jumble of stained papers on the table. Work on matters of justice. There's much to do with the woods so dangerous. What sort of records does a Row keep? The question annoys him slightly. Haven has forgotten. We are still a vassal. We are part of your empire. Your symbol is a scroll, isn't it? Letters and laws and papers keep us together. We are Ro, but we can read. Matters of justice. The Rokaj still has its share of crime. Theft, public drunkenness, raids, honor duels, honor stabbings, honor burnings. Our judge case is not important enough for calm's time. How are the woods dangerous? Oh, we have angered the groves. We grew too greedy. We expanded too much. The groves are angry, so the people are angry. And why are the people so angry? You ask why the people of the Kranas care about their trees? You should talk to Raasa. He will tell you all you must know. Rebelia is still at work in the meeting hall. He's still a hunter and woodsman, ill at ease indoors, but someone wanted him here for a reason. I want to know more about the Kranas. Then you should talk to Raasa. He has been waiting for you to come. For a long time. Excuse me. Alright. Well, I've got a little book here. Ah, Treaty of Vassalage. I believe we... Oh! Let's see. No, this is all of the Rokaj. Okay, we're fine. Let's see if there's anything upstairs. Couple rooms. Ooh. Bracken leather. We can sell that. Always good to have something to sell. What's in this book? Thanking the groves. The groves of the Kranas shelter us. They bring us safety. They bring us purpose. They bring us life. Their fruit make us strong. Their roots trip and choke the invader. It is always right to thank the grove. We thank them by leaving them be. We earn our living only from dumb and dead wood, and from digging away from the groves. We thank them by protecting them from invaders, even with our lives. We thank them with ourselves. As we feed from them, when the end comes, they feed from us. Then we live forever in the groves. Okay. And we have a guard here. Can't really get anything. Ooh, maybe we can. No, guard came back. And the guard is staying there. Oh, no, guard is staying there. Okay, I guess we're not going to loot that. Oh well, no biggie. Okay, episode may go a little bit long, but we need to go speak with the governor. Governor's Hall. Couple Haven soldiers. That's just another soldier. The governor should be in here. You enter the governor's hall, where Haven makes its wishes to its vassal known. It is old, wood, and worn down by the centuries, like all buildings in Sillin. But inside it is different. It is fancy. The rugs are new, the hangings on the wall expensive. Fine wine is shipped in. Fancy Lodaga stonework is everywhere. Your royal training tells you what you are seeing. The governor here is growing very wealthy from control of the Kranas woods and wants to show it. Yes. Concerning a little bit. Let's speak with the governor. I am concerned about you. What's this book? The Rokaj. I think we've already read one of those. Okay, Governor Yvette, let's talk. You meet Haven's governor in the Kranas woods. You instantly recognize a born noble from your homeland. She comes from luxury and she doesn't want to lose it. Her clothes, her makeup, her hair, her surroundings. She has made a tiny palace here in the deep woods. She rises and gives you a deep, slow, elegant bow. Prince Rupert, I am so very honored to welcome you out to our humble home in the wilderness. I am Governor Yvette, honored to do the business of our family in the Rokaj. I am very pleased to meet you. And I you. We have never met. My family always has me out in the vassals gathering prosperity. I have a real skill for it, I'm afraid. Manners dictate a brief time to eat, drink, and for light chat. Eventually, Yvette says, I hope you will allow me to say a few words before our little bit of business. And what do you have to say? A diplomatic mission to the Rokaj is long overdue, and it thrills me that our queen found us worthy to send a prince. I know you are busy, so I will do my very best to settle affairs with you quickly. I am willing to give you a quick summary of our position here. That is your duty, isn't it? You answer to me. That knocks her off balance. Ah, well, I suppose I do, in a sense. It is complicated. I promise I meant no offense. I only have one more formality before we discuss boring matters. And that is? The Row are a great gift-giving people. It is a custom I have taken up myself. She waves her hand. You note that several Kranas women act as her servants. As she speaks, they bring in a heavy leather satchel. Haven has been very successful here. The gold in that satchel is but a token, an expression of gratitude for the honor you have shown us. We are honored to give it to you. If you choose to keep me as governor, I can provide much more. My family and yours have long helped each other. This seems like a bribe. Yvette's smile freezes on her face. It is a minor sign of respect according to the customs of this land. No offense was intended. It can be taken away in a moment. Really? It's a custom, because nobody in this land has given me a gift yet, not even the Raasa. What use do I have for wealth? Well, the Queen's thrift is well known. She could have given you so much better equipment and such for your mission here, but she likes to force self-reliance. Maybe this gold can go to buy the equipment you need to better do Haven's business, or maybe just for a few minor luxuries. Put your money away. Governor Yvette nods slowly. Your modesty is most admirable. Her servants swiftly carry the bag away. I understand you so much better now. Now we can discuss the Kranas. I assure you I will make it easy for you to approve me with a clear conscience. How did you receive this post? My family is one of Haven's oldest and most influential. We are dedicated to our empire, and we do all we can to increase its power. Our children are brought up to serve Haven. We receive the finest education and the finest breeding, and we learn the secrets of leadership from an early age. Fine breeding. She raises a chalice of wine and sips delicately from it. Haven is not just business and power. It is an ideal. Art, culture, sophistication, taking the best of every part of the world and carrying it to all others as a gift. You have surely noticed that my hall here is very expensive. It is not luxury. It gives the Rocage an ideal to aspire to. Alas, these woods folk are not as receptive as the gentle coast. Fine education. Are simple as a scroll, is it not? We learn history, politics, geography, magic, when we have aptitude. I do not, alas. Before I came here, I knew everything about the Row it was possible to know without actually being here. Efficient leadership. Oh yes. It is difficult and expensive for Haven to protect the Rocage. Our partnership has to bring benefits to all. Haven needs to get something out of it. The people of the Kranas, brave as strong as they are, just don't get this. So when necessary, our gods must encourage them. What benefits do you bring to Haven? The Kranas Woods contains valuable resources. The iron is very, very good. Their groves provide herbs, sap, and amber that are very useful in alchemy and are woefully undergathered. There is a lot of money here, and I am the first governor in a century to realize it. I am bringing great wealth to a lot of people, including your family. What do the Kranas Woods think of your encouragement? I admit things are tense sometimes. Foolish youths often look at our farms and our mines and our gatherers and see targets. Happily, our soldiers here are fully trained, equipped, and enthusiastic. Her guards nod. They are helping me to bring the Kranas our message of sustainable exploitation. Sustainable exploitation. These woods are full of treasures. They can't be allowed to just sit here. They must be gathered. We are currently experimenting to find the correct rate so that we don't destroy the place. Perhaps we have been overly enthusiastic. We are correcting our errors. Indeed. Governor Yvette sits with you at this long table. She trades gossip about Haven's court and chats happily about affairs back home. Whatever your opinions of her, it is a brief, welcome dose of home. The food and drink is expensive and excellent. Every so often, however, you are forced to step back from the luxury and discuss business. Tell me about the situation in the Kranas woods. Of course. Matters in the Rokaj are growing somewhat tense. They tried to kill you, so this is not a surprise. Right now, the sacred groves of the Kranas are acting up. Their wild magic is acting against us. We are working to correct this. This has also caused some Kranas warriors to engage in illegal disruptions. The Raasa petitioned me to calm their groves. So I heard. A shocking breach of protocol, to be honest. I already assured Raasa Calm I would find a way to calm things. I am so offended that he bothered you with this mess. Of course, you will handle the situation with great wisdom and efficiency. How do you deal with disruptions? So many of our vassals have problems with roaming thugs and minor rebellions. Have no worry. My soldiers have no problem reminding the Kranas who is the powerful party here. Aren't you afraid of retribution? Yes, that is why the Queen sent you to calm things. She knows what is happening here. She wants our work to continue, but she also wants you to calm things a bit. We all have great faith in you. Let's talk about the state of Haven's forces here. Of course. Our soldiers are fine warriors, true representatives of Haven. Some of our forts might be growing a little worn, but nothing that can't be easily repaired. You seem more interested in getting wealth than representing Haven. Now Yvette is annoyed. I can do both. Lots of people are getting rich here. We pay plenty to the crown. My family's support to your mother is even more important. You are in no position to judge me. When you decide whether to replace me, bear that in mind. Okay, we've gone through that. I want to talk about something specific. I am here to help you learn about the Kranas Woods. It is a strange place, and I know it very well. Some things you learn will be alien or shocking, but, well, that is the Rokaj. It seems routine to hand out bribes out here. It is easy to grow naive in the capital. Every vassal runs on bribes. The rule of law looks good on paper, but it is slow and awkward and very inefficient. Bribes lubricate our nation. They make things happen. Feel how you choose. It will never change. The Raasa's petition for me is not a small task. No, but it is a valuable one. The sooner the Kranas is calm, the sooner I can resume business. All the power my family gains, we share with your family. I have some ideas for how to improve your rule. Of course you do. You may give me all of your notes before you disappear and forget about us for 10 years. It doesn't matter and isn't necessary. I do my job and that is all that matters. It might help me allow you to remain governor. It is your decision. You are the prince. Then your mother will listen to your decision and do whatever she wants. We are both at her mercy. So write down your clever ideas until time stops. It doesn't matter. And what do you think your job is? My job is to keep the Kranas peaceful and send Haven taxes. The Kranas is peaceful. Taxes are paid. If you have any ideas about what I can change to aid efficiency or improve the road to suit your tastes, do with them whatever you want. I have nothing to ask now. All right. Please have a snack. I have them brought here from Haven. They are delicious. Uh-huh. I'm not sure about you. I don't know if we're going to keep you. Seems we have one more person to speak with here, however. Let me take a look in these rooms. In here. The workings of the row. We've gone through that one. And nothing in here. Alright. Oop, I see a chest over here. Can't take anything. Okay. Who are you? The lower level of Haven's Hall is opulent and expensive, and the upper floor is more of the same. A lone soldier is sitting and working at the table here. Maps and ledgers are piled on the table in front of him. His arms and armor are piled on the floor by his feet. He's a young man, serious and efficient. When he sees who you are, he leaps to his feet. A Prince of Haven! I am Abelin, counsel to the governor. It is very, very good to see you here. He bows to you. It is a long bow, awkwardly so. He doesn't straighten up. Alright, stand up. Council Abelin rises. Of course, I am sorry. I have been isolated out here, waiting for support. The situation here is very difficult. I have been trying to get someone to pay attention, but... I am sorry, I must be polite, easy to forget. Please, sit and have some tea. What is a council? I am the assistant to Governor Yvette. All governors are supposed to have one. It's a big job. Being governor, that is. Where are you from? I am a Havenite. I was born and raised in Diandia, the vassal to the east. Born to Haven merchants and in that land. I grew up foreign, but I am as loyal to the Empire as any. And what do you do for Yvette? Governors get councils to support them and give them advice. Of course, Yvette doesn't want my advice, and she doesn't trust me with anything important, so I stay up here and record what is happening. How did you get this position? Well, since I grew up in the next vassal over when I joined the army, it was natural to send me back here. My superiors thought I had sense, so they sent me to Yvette. Her hall here is pretty isolated, and they wanted her to have help. And what did Yvette think of that, I can probably guess. She was not pleased. She had picked members of her family to be here with her. Haven wanted to have someone independent watching her. I was sent. I gave my advice. She stuck me up here soon after that. She probably doesn't remember that I am here. Council Abelin sits with you at the long table. You can see that he has been doing a lot of work. He's made a comprehensive study of new settlements and monster attacks in the Kranas woods. The work is unfamiliar to backwards warrior like him, but he has taken to it with great energy. What's the status of our province here? Council Abelin is silent for a long moment. You give him time to sort through whatever is happening in his head. Finally, he says, Prince, I need your permission to speak frankly. Haven's warriors have been handled very badly here. However, I don't want to speak badly of a superior. I give you permission to tell me the truth, no matter how difficult. Oh, that is very kind, but I know the punishment for speaking truth. Still, I will tell you the truth about Governor Yvette. Then I will face the consequences. You won't have to take my word for it. Wander around and learn more about what has been happening. Then talk to me. I can say so much. Tell me the truth about Governor Yvette. She is corrupt. I want to say she is incompetent, but she is very skilled at what she wants to do, enriching herself and her family. Meanwhile, our colony here grows more unstable by the day. She takes bribes and infuriates the locals. If nothing is done, violence will result. Don't all of our governors take the occasional bribe? I can't say. I'm young. I haven't served many. However, Yvette has sold too much of the Kranas woods to outsiders. It angers the forest, and it angers the people. The row will lash out soon if things aren't calmed. What sort of disaster awaits? I know it sounds strange, but this whole forest is magical. It thinks, in a way. It looks after its people. It's not strong, though. It can be killed if too many settlers come and chop down too much. If that happens, the people of the Kranas will go mad. How are Haven's forts doing? You should see Fort Grove too if you haven't already. We get supplies and money to maintain ourselves. Much of the money vanishes. Large portions of the supplies are sold. The fort decays. Where does all the money go? Governor Yvette collects it. It enters her halls. I don't know where it goes, and she gets very angry when I ask for some to purchase weapons and such. I wouldn't be surprised if she offers you a bag of it. Certainly doesn't buy anything that would defend us here. Do we really need strong forts here? This is the Rokaj, and the people are very angry. They won't show it. Deep truth and all that. They'll be nice and smiley and friendly right until they stick the knife in. You really think they're that angry? Yvette sold the land to intruders from the Gentle Coast, and now the forest is making monsters to attack them. Yes, the Kranas is very angry. So you don't like Governor Yvette. What should I do? I am sorry, Prince, but I don't know. I am not nobility. I'm only a plain soldier. But I see what is happening. It's not good to have her here. I would need to select someone to replace Yvette. That makes things even more difficult. There are no good candidates. Almost everyone here but me was selected by her, chosen from her family and her allies. I wish I could be more helpful. All I can do is say what has been happening and trust in the wisdom of the crown. And if the queen doesn't want Yvette replaced? I would never question the queen. I know you came here to get information, so I gave it. Uh-huh. Well, that's the information we have. And I'll be honest, With what little I've seen, everything I've heard so far, I'm pretty sure we're going to replace the governor. I do not like her, and she is not doing things properly. Alright, that said, I'm going to have to end the episode here. Next episode, well, we have a few things to do. We have areas in the east side, so we can probably work on the east side of this border in order to clear out what we can. It'll be interesting. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I am Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Rupert, Elspeth, Terrence, and Patricia. This has been a Let's Play of Queen's Wish 2, The Tormentor! And I shall see you all next time.